Hey guys, it's Kentucky Anvil Man coming at you today on an absolutely gorgeous Friday evening. I know it's been a minute since I posted any videos or anything. Been a really busy month. Had a few things going on in my personal life, a few matters at work that needed to be addressed, and honestly I just didn't have the time to put a video out. But I'm back, and we're going to try to do this again. So I don't know about where all of you all are located at, but there's been a lot of talk around here about the new variant of COVID, the Delta variant, and the COVID-19 vaccine. And I know this video will probably get taken down before anything happens, before many people see it, but still I feel like I gotta say this. Around my area, they are urging people, begging people to get vaccinated. They're even going as far as having lottery drawings to give people like college scholarships for their kids, or full ride scholarships for their kids, or I seen West Virginia was doing a drawing for guns if you get the vaccine. Some places are offering cash, a chance at winning like $10,000 or something for going and getting this vaccine. Now, I'm going to say this. The vaccine, I haven't done a whole lot of research on it. I just know from my personal experiences and what other people have told me that have received the vaccine. I don't know if it's effective or not. They say that you can still catch COVID even with the vaccine, but it greatly reduces your odds of catching it. And honestly, that's a good thing. It's a very good thing. Modern science, has developed the ability to pretty much do anything they want to do. This vaccine was developed extremely quick. I don't know how it was developed, but it was developed extremely fast compared to, other inoculations and what have you. And in my opinion, it was developed way too fast. There wasn't enough research, there wasn't enough studies. But, during a pandemic, I guess you do what you have to do to, lessen the chances of everybody getting a disease and possibly dying. I support, I'm not going to say I support, I'm glad that we have the option of vaccines. Now, that being said, me personally, I'm not going to take the vaccine. I don't care if it's a mandatory thing. I don't care. I'm not going to take the vaccine. It's not a conspiracy theorist thing for the reason that I'm not taking it. I just don't feel that it's been researched enough. I don't feel that we have enough information on it. And it's not FDA approved, guys. It's an experimental vaccine, which that's not uncommon. Many of the flu vaccines over the years have been non-FDA approved. But, my mother and father have took it. My sister has took it. Her husband has taken the vaccine. Pretty much my entire family has been vaccinated. Me and my wife have chosen not to take it. Like I said, I just don't feel that it's safe. I don't feel that we know enough about the side effects of what it can do. Who shouldn't take it, who should take it. The long-term health effects, I'm not convinced, I'm just not, I guess you could say I'm kind of a conspiracy theorist on it because I just don't trust it. I don't. You know, yeah, it is a good thing that we've got the option. You know, but my whole thinking on it is this. If the vaccine doesn't keep you from getting sick, it just lessens your chance, why take it? You know, I understand people that are, you know, high risk, the elderly, the sick, frontline healthcare workers that might come into contact with COVID without knowing it. You know, I understand why they would want to be vaccinated and how that could help. You know, if it lessens the chance, that's pretty good. You know, it's not a guarantee you're not going to catch it, but it might keep you from catching it. You know, me personally, you know, I had COVID. I had it back a little while before they really knew what it was. You know, before it had an actual name. I had COVID. Me and Miss Amble both had it. And honestly, I think that we, you know, because of ignorance, we didn't know how bad the disease was, and we didn't know what we had. You know, we didn't know what it was at the time. You know, inadvertently, I think that we gave it to Miss Amble's mother, who was a lung cancer patient, and unfortunately she ended up passing away from it. And you know, again, this is before they knew what it was, before it had a name, before the pandemic officially started, you know, all that. But to take an x-ray of my late mother-in-law, one of her lung x-rays, and you put it next to a COVID patient's x-ray, they're pretty daggone identical. She also developed blood clots, and you know, everything that COVID does, she experienced before she passed away. But you know, if we'd have known what COVID was when she was sick and alive, you know, maybe we would have taken the shot then. Or maybe we wouldn't have come around her, you know, because we would have known just how bad this stuff is. But, you know, hindsight's 20/20. We'll never know what could have been. But anyway, back to the vaccine. I've heard a lot of talk about it's going to be mandatory to show proof of vaccination before you can get into restaurants or any, you know, public venue, I guess you could say. I know that last I saw, New York has already made that mandatory. You have to show proof of vaccination before you can attend any public event. Even if that happens, I'm not taking it. I stand by my beliefs, and I'm pig-headed, and I guess that you could say that I stick to my guns. You know, Miss Amble has said the same thing. She's not going to take it no matter what. But I don't see how that could, you know, how they could actually do something like that, because that would be completely against our constitutional rights. And also, that would be, you know, non-voluntarily revealing health information. And a lot of people don't want to do that, you know. I don't want everybody to know my health information. You know, what I suffer from illness-wise and what medicines I'm taking or whatever. I don't want everybody to know that. And I don't think they should be able to. As far as the constitutional rights of it go, you know, that it's a thin line, guys, between what's best for everybody and dictatorship, I guess you could say. You know, my whole opinion about it is this: if you're afraid of catching COVID-19, then why don't you take the steps to prevent you from catching it. You know, don't attend anything that you don't have to. You know, maintain the social distancing. Wear a mask. You know, if you're afraid of catching this stuff, then, you know, take the steps yourself. Don't force other people to take the steps that you think are necessary for protection. You know, it's the same thing, in my opinion, as carrying a firearm. And if you know me in my personal life, then you know that I carry a firearm everywhere I go. You know, if it's church, I carry a firearm. If it's a funeral, I have my gun. If I'm going out to the store, I have my gun. If I'm going riding, I have my gun. You know, I carry a pistol everywhere I go. That don't make me paranoid. You know, I've had several people ask me why I do that, and my answer to them is I do it for my personal protection and the protection of my family. You know, the way the world is right now, you never know. You know, you might go out to buy groceries. Hell, I might go to the gas station to get a pack of cigarettes after filming this, and the place get held up. You know, get held up by an armed gunman. I've got my gun with me. You know, if it comes down to it, it's going to be me or him. And that, you know, that might be a messed up way of thinking, but when it comes to the actual protection of myself, I'm taking the steps necessary to ensure that I feel protected. And that should be the same way as anybody that's afraid of catching COVID. They should take the steps necessary themselves. You know, if they want to get vaccinated, by all means, get vaccinated. You know, if they feel that they need to maintain social distancing and wear a mask and everything, by all means do that. You know, I'm not going to make fun of or discriminate against anybody for doing that. You know, if that makes you feel safe, then by all means go ahead and do it. But the whole mandatory proof of vaccination, or the mandatory vaccination that everybody's talking about, yeah, I am a little worried about it. Not because of having to take the vaccine. Like I said, I'm not going to take it. You know, I've got ways around having to show proof. You know, for example, if you can't go to the grocery store without having proof of vaccination, I'll just send my mother. You know, she's had the vaccine. She has proof. I'll just send her to the store with a list. You know, I don't have a problem with that. If work tells me I have to have it, or I can't work, then I'll find another job. You know, there's ways around it, guys, and I intend on doing everything that I possibly can to keep from taking the vaccine. You know, like I said, I don't feel that it's safe. I don't feel that it's effective. And I don't want anything to do with it. You know, I'm convinced that 10, 15 years down the road, when all this is over with and it's just a memory, all these people that's been vaccinated are going to have health effects. You know, something's going to be wrong with them. And it's going to be because of the vaccine. But, you know, ultimately it's a personal choice. You know, you make your own personal choice. You decide what you want to do. As for me, I'm not taking it. But, you know, it is what it is. Like I said, you know, if you want to take the vaccine, by all means, take it. You know, like I said, I just personally don't want to take it. But that's really about it on my views on that, guys. I'm going to try to bring you a camping video in the next day or two, or next week or so. I'm actually going to try to make next week's video a camping video. But until then, y'all be kind to each other. Keep it between the ditches. Keep the dirty side down. We'll see you next time. God bless.